All right. Welcome back to another hour of Scotch Hour. This is Noah.
And this is Jesse.
Scotch Review.
We are in, I guess, the semifinals of our Scotch.
Yeah.
Of the Game of Thrones Scotch Hour bracket of the Game of Thrones Scotches.
And it doesn't get any more emotional than this, Noah.
No, it really,
It really doesn't.
bold move, Cotton.
That's right. Bingo.
Doesn't get any more.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah, no, it's, man. Lagavulin 9 versus
The Oban Bays Reserve Night's Watch. Ooh. So to get what got us here to this point?
Man, we have tasted, a lot of scotch, but zero hangovers. So I'm going to call those wins.
I would agree with that. So let's see if we can remember what week one was. I know it was Oban versus something. It was like Cardew.
Yeah, the Cardew.
So that was House Targaryen.
Yeah. That's right.
That's right.
Man, that was the perfect start to it, too. That was Jon Snow saying,
Well, I think it is appropriate. Like Jon Snow did kill his aunt, which
that was
is
his girlfriend. Don't you call his girlfriend his aunt?
Hey, incest, man, incest. So it was the Cardew House Targaryen, which was the House Daenerys was the dragon, the mother of dragons.
Yeah, and the Targaryens fell. The mother of dragons fell.
Yeah, just like spoiler, just like she fell in the final episode of Game of Thrones to see Jon Snow.
I loved my blonde wig, by the way. I still wear it from time to time.
Dude, that was a funny advertisement you did there on Instagram for that. Second week, what did we do second week? What did you have for that one?
I had the second week, I believe, was House Baratheon versus House Greyjoy. And that's the one where the Baratheons did fall
to Greyjoy. And that was the Royal Lochnagar. I think we enjoyed the rest of the Royal Lochnagar.
Oh, the Royal Lochnagar 12 fell hard. And we fell shortly thereafter.
And then after that was that
the Dalwhinnie versus Clynelish, Tyrell versus Stark.
All right, so that was Dalwhinnie versus Clynelish.
Yeah.
That was a tough one.
That was a really tough one. The Clynelish was surprisingly fantastic. I loved it. And
it was.
I'm actually very eager to try some more. Not as easily found in the liquor stores around here anyway, the Clynelish varietals, but I'm looking forward to trying some more.
I as well. All right, and then after that, is that when we finally get to Lagavulin versus...
Yeah, man, we had our sidestep with Adam and the Smokehead, and then we went to actually the final of the first brackets, the Lagavulin 9 versus the Singleton Glendalen Select, the U.S.
Okay, which was, the Singleton, so that's House Tully.
Yes, House Tully, yeah, the twists there. Stark.
The one where I gave the incorrect information about which house it was, and then later on figured it out.
I mean, we should have just gone with it, man. Next time, just go with it and see if anyone says anything. They don't know anything.
I'm sure, well, no one really comments too much on our comments area, but if they did, I'm sure they would have roasted me.
Oh, man. That's why it's nice that they're nice, but they've given us some great feedback.
They do roast me in person or in personal direct messaging, but they don't really post them on there in the comments.
Yeah.
All right, so then we had our very first round.
Oh, man, then we got to episode 33, and it was the Oban versus... the Talisker.
The Talisker, yes.
And man, the Oban edged out the Talisker.
It did edge it out. That's right. It did edge out Talisker. Honestly, I didn't think it was like that tough of a call.
Yeah, but you're not as much into leather as I am.
Only if it has a safety word.
What's your safety word? Harder.
Did you ever see that movie Euro Trip?
Oh, I love Euro Trip. That is like one of my favorite movies. I just watched Road Trip again the other night. Did you kill a cheetah?
Not road trip, but Euro trip.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, Euro Trip came out shortly thereafter, and it was kind of that same premise. There's this trip and these kids and some good times. Let the good times.
And the one guy had to say the the safety word.
That's right.
And you couldn't say because
Dude, what? Yeah.
it was like some weird long word.
Yeah. What's better than that is all these boys racing to go to the nude beach, and all they run into is a bunch of old guys at the nude beach. Who's coming? Who's coming? Whoa. Get me away from you.
Then the brother and the sister end up kissing each other after they did the absinthe.
Yeah. It's not really how absinthe usually works, but who knows?
I don't know. I have some stories about absinthe.
Dude, mushroom absinthe is a little bit different.
I didn't have mushroom absinthe. I had absinthe. There, I actually had it in Czech Republic.
Yeah.
In Prague.
Prague. I would love to go to Prague still, as is one of the highlights in Eurotrip when they find out just how much they can get for $5.
You can get well, I don't know about now, but back then,
Yeah.
like when I went, you could it was hard spending $20 there. Like you would sit down and have like a good like steak dinner and like it's like 3 or 4 courses.
I just want you guys to remember what Noah said. It got hard to spend $20.
unless you went to a certain establishment.
Yeah, the steakhouses were a little bit more pricey. That's all he's saying there. The meat was pricey.
And they come to your table.
I mean, I don't want to have to go to the kitchen to get my steak off the grill.
No, you don't. All right.
So we talked about the second round. Oban beats out Talisker. Not so difficult for you, a little bit more difficult for me. And actually it was. And I think I called it 22 minutes and 15 seconds in. I'm like, it's the Oban.
But then last week, though, with Lagavulin versus Dalwhinnie, that was really tough for me because honestly, I think my initial gut was Dalwhinnie. We did the whole flip, and then you kind of talked me out of it.
I mean, I'm a terrific salesman.
I don't think it was really that hard to talk me out of it because I wasn't really that solid on either choice.
Yeah, but this week, man, this is going to get emotional because these, Lagavulin, that's my dram.
That is your dram. That is your jam. Where my dram is Oban.
That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you start to see some tears fall later, I have promised Noah I would be 100% faithful to taste, not history and favoritism. This will be unbiased. This will be legitimate.
I will also try to be unbiased with this, but I will say this, though. With Oban, it was established in 1794. When they originally built the distillery, it was right on the coastline, but now it is 208 steps away from the sea.
Global warming. Doesn't global warming work the other way? Yeah. Wait, never mind. Anti-global warming.
They are still one of the very few distilleries that use the traditional mash tuns. They never moved, and they've never also ever expanded. They are in the Western Highlands. They're one of the smallest whiskey distilleries or makers there in Scotland. They do predate the town that they're in. And just to let you know, Oban is Gaelic for Little Bay.
That's right. And it's, as I remember, one of the coldest areas where during the process they get some pretty cold temperatures.
And just to let you know, like I said, I'm going to be as unbiased as I possibly can too. So I did some research here for Lagavulin.
Yes.
So Lagavulin, they were established in 1742. Woo-hoo. And they are one of the oldest distilleries in Islay.
Islay, yeah.
So, and they did get their name from the Gaelic Moulin. I guess it's spelled Mhouilin, which is the mill in the valley. And they've been known to be they're known for their peaty style. They're in the southeast coast near Dungvig Castle, where Robert Bruce basically ran tail and hid after his defeat from the Earl of Pembroke.
All right.
So, if you remember your Braveheart movie,
I mean, I remember in
Robert the
Intestines.
Bruce, who like basically betrayed William Wallace.
There you go. Billy!
Freedom.
Where's your blue? Oh, wait, you do have blue war paint on. Look at that.
Yeah. So there you go. There's a little bit of history of both distilleries. Both great distilleries, both very old distilleries. They know their game.
All right. As has been the case from the get-go, so far of the 8 of 9 scotches that we have tried, saving the king, if you will, for the last, the Oban has the coolest canister.
It starts off with automatic points just because of the canister and the black bottle.
Yeah, I fully agree. Bottle's great, has extra detail work. Diageo must have like flipped a coin and decided who got to be the sexy bottle. This is the sexy bottle. This is the Halloween bottle.
I was about to say that. I was going to say, hey, I was going to steal a word from your
I mean, if you're
from your toolbox. It's sexy.
Yeah, this is a sexy bottle, you know, and man, I have plans for this.
If you ask me, that would be a perfect bottle for James Bond and Aston Martin and a nice dram.
I agree. And then the Lagavulin 9-year. Also a good looking canister, but the black is just sexy. If I'm going to a party, I want to bring that case. I want to bring that canister.
I think if you want to like impress somebody with like a nice looking bottle, you're definitely gonna go with that the Night's Watch. You poured the Oban first, so I guess we can go ahead and drink try the Oban first. But I think if we just kind of like look at the coloring here, I am saying that I think
Lagavulin is a hair darker, but not by much.
no, I'm thinking the
Other way around.
maybe the other way around. Maybe you must see my fingers. Yeah, I'm going with the Oban, just a slight hint darker. I can be slightly a bit wrong there.
They're so close, it's hard to gauge.
Oh, that's another thing to say here is that the Oban's Night Watch is 43% versus Lagavulin, which is 46.
That's right. Dude, these are two phenomenal Scotch houses. And you know, probably not appropriate to call them houses. Two phenomenal Scotch distilleries, lots of history, big followings for each of them, very different reasons. But I can tell you when I smell the Oban, both from the glass and also in my hand, my initial flavor, the nose on it is that salt water, which I love.
Yeah, I'm getting that candy orange with the maritime smell to it. It's like candy orange peels.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I go over here and I smell the Lagavulin,
There's a maritime back, but that leather front that gets me, man. It draws me in.
that one, so
It's not Band-Aid, it's leather. Until next time.
so you do get the peat, you do get that kind of like but you do get the leather. But now that it's been open more, it's like that's even like less pronounced than it was before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm almost getting like the candied banana.
Mm-hmm. Caramel, candy banana.
Like here, I'm not sure. Like here, smell it out of this cup. Maybe it smells slightly bit different than yours.
It does smell dynamically different. We know this glasses make a big difference. And yeah, absolutely. I'm getting the peat and the leather still, but the banana, very pronounced.
Right?
Yeah.
Because here, like when I did the rubbing, I got more of like it's like a wet leather peat smell with some like an aged oak. So sorry, I was covering my mouth when I was talking like this. So I was just saying like when I had rubbed a little bit of the Lagavulin in my hands, I got the peat, the wet leather, not as pronounced as it was like in the previous weeks, but some like charred oak or aged oak there. But when I go to the Oban, like I'm getting more of the candy orange peel with some maritime like sea salt, slight caramel. Here, you want to smell out of this one?
Yeah, man. Get more of that candy apple.
Yeah.
It's a good apple too. It's not the super sweet one.
Yeah, and the aroma is just way more milder. It's
very floral.
Yeah, it's very floral, very mild, very inviting and pleasing. So if you're kind of put off by the like peat, heavy oak, or what other type of smell, this
Don't
is
like
very,
your chicks hot. This is the one. You look little and simple.
I would say that
Right
it's very it is floral and very inviting.
It is the opposite of the wart pumpkin. All right, man. Cheers.
Cheers.
Life is great.
Life is great.
The floral notes to me have really come out more and more as the bottle has aged after we first uncorked it. Very enjoyable. What has kind of gone to the wayside are some of the fruitier notes, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
I think they just become more subtle.
Yeah. But what it does not lose, and I think both of them have it and neither of them have lost it, is that end maritime note where, man, you can be on a boat. Doesn't matter if you're fishing or in a 3-piece suit, drinking champagne. You feel right at home.
So here I would say that now that it's been open for a little while, I think how, like you're saying, like that fruit or whatever, the dried fruit has like mellowed out in it. I think it actually adds to the complexity and balance of it.
Dude, I don't want to come downstairs and see you having 30 bottles of Scotch open, all right? And we're going to see if they get more complex.
And once again, to me, it's well balanced all the way through.
Oh, it is. Absolutely. It is well balanced. The more it has stayed open, the more, and again, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but the more I think it's always been there, but the heat at the front.
I don't really get the heat at the front.
Could be the garlic dishes I ate for dinner. All right, you're drinking this. Take a sip. Tell me, as you close your eyes, where's the perfect place to drink this besides right here?
Besides right here?
Yeah, like what's the dream place? Are you on a yacht? Are you on a, are you at a ball game? Are you at a concert?
I can tell you I'm not at a ball game or a concert.
I mean, I roll into a Brady playing with the Buccaneers winning another Super Bowl carrying.
I can already tell you it will be on the coastline somewhere.
Absolutely, I fully agree. What are you wearing?
Well, I'm saying it'd probably be some kind of like maybe like linen shorts or linen pants, some flip flops,
We're gonna go with pants.
And maybe kind of like Maui. Was it Maui Jim's kind of like a Hawaiian shirt?
I like that.
Sunglasses.
That's a good outfit.
Sitting maybe like on a beach in Maui, overlooking the ocean.
Maui Jim, most known for his sunglasses.
But he has some great like Aloha shirts.
I don't know that I'm super familiar with them. I know that he's got a whole clothing line out there. All right.
But I can tell you this too, though. If I was to pick the number one spot though in Maui that I would like to be at to drink this,
what's her name?
it would be it would be on the Bay Course at Kapalua Golf Course, and it's a par 3. I don't remember what hole number it is, but on the par 3,
all three.
the par 3, you have the tee off box, and you have the green right here, and you have the ocean that comes in and crashes. There is no fairway. It's just tee box and green, and just to be able to just like, if you didn't have to worry about other golfers or whatever, you could, if you could just chill there, I would just totally chill there with a bottle of this, just sipping it and just enjoying listening to the ocean crash onto the rocks and watching the ocean and sipping this great Scotch.
All right, I like that.
So you're about to say?
Oh man, for me, I think it's if I'm visiting places I've been, Dillon Beach, a colder beach, Northern California. Beautiful, though. Again, colder beach, Northern California. Water, bring a wetsuit. But I'm walking on that beach in a most likely.
Is that the beach you went to go? Okay.
Yeah, I went to. Okay. Quick story. We'll make this quick. 2 minutes tops. Then we'll cut it out or edit it out. So I went on a road trip, and many of the destinations had gone by. I get to the one destination, which was to be on the waterfront and watch the sunrise as it reflected off the water. West Coast. What's the problem, ladies and gentlemen? I'm a smart guy. Wasn't smart enough to figure out that meant I had to be in the water to watch the sun reflect off the water to get the sun rise. Water's barely above freezing. I go in, the sunrise is taking forever, very foggy, very gorgeous, somewhat ominous at times, mostly because I'm freezing my butt off. Finally, the sun rises. I'm in the water on and off for about an hour and a half. I go throw my trunks off, stop freezing myself, get my truly white legs at that point in time because there was no blood left in them into my jeans, pull up my jeans. Didn't have a towel, forgot to bring a towel, and yanked up my jeans, tore my favorite jeans, and proceeded just to drive to a gas station to change with like half my body clothed and half of it not. Well, amazing road trip though. But yeah, I'm walking on Dillon Beach, sipping this. Couple of close friends. I'm in an off-white suit, most likely linen shirt, cuffs on my pants, rolled up, barefoot, or maybe some flip-flops, most likely barefoot, and just enjoying the sunrise, or what I have not seen at Dillon Beach yet, a sunset. Maybe that will be the way to go, watching the sun set off the water. And not having to get in it, but enjoying every minute of it.
That's a good place to drink this one.
All right. Scotch 2.
All right, Lagavulin. Nanu.
Much like the Oban, not to the same extent as the Oban. The floral notes are more present. The fruit has much more matured. The leather is more subtle. Also very well balanced. But what I'm not getting as much as I do with the Oban that I adore, I think that's the appropriate word, adore, is that maritime finish.
If you want someone walking into the room that is going to be subtle and classy, I think that's going to be the Oban.
All right, no Jessica Rabbit for you.
But if you want someone walking into the room and that's going to be bold and make a statement and say like, yo, here I am, I think that's going to be the Lagavulin.
I don't disagree.
And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I think you can be a loud presence and still be classy. But I think there's like more of a loud presence versus a quiet, subtle presence. And I'm going to think, in my opinion right here, just by tasting the two, the Oban's is more the quiet, subtle versus the more standout-ish. Because I think it's... because of that heavy, the more peatiness to it, it is just a little bit more like...
It's got more of an Italian nose.
I was going to say just more... for lack of better term, it's just more in your face than maybe the Oban is.
Free mustache rides.
Free mustache. Who wants a mustache ride? I love that movie, Super Troopers, by the way. That's from Super Troopers I was quoting.
The Oban right now seems particularly sweet to me. Dude, be a man.
I swallowed it down the wrong pipe.
Dude, tape some of those hairs to your chest.
I am swallowing some of that down the wrong pipe there. And it burned real hard. The going down the wrong pipe. Anyways, you were trying to say before I started coughing.
No, so for me, where I'm drinking this, and I think you're spot on. If I'm going to next year's inaugural Formula One Grand Prix in Miami, this is the Scotch I'm bringing. And I'm not wearing a linen suit on a beach. It will be in Miami, close to the water. But yeah, this is, man.
They're both very, like, don't get me wrong here. They're both excellent scotches. I love them both.
I know I can't answer it right now because they're also so dynamically different. Even though they have great qualities, both well balanced, both have notes that I truly value and appreciate. I can't even give an answer right now. This is the first time I actually need time to continue to visit these. Because it is emotional to me. The Lagavulin, not this particular one, the 16 is the Scotch I enjoy with my father. The Oban, at the end of the day, is the Scotch I enjoy with you, my friend. And there are emotional ties to both, but they are also, because of that, very different, very meaningful. If I'm out late night having a couple of beers and a quick dram of Scotch, it's probably going to be the Lagavulin. But to your point, man, if I'm out at brunch, and I love Scotch after salty foods, I've told you this, so I get some, like bacon or some prosciutto or something.
Ooh, prosciutto.
Oh, yeah, man.
Those prosciutto rat toppings from last week.
Reese's, yeah. Oh, my God. Man, that's probably the Oban. So
I do know this. I have no problem sitting down with a bottle of Oban Little Bay. I will tear that down.
Oh, yeah. We've done it on more than one occasion.
And I also know...
Happy birthday to you. You shared it with me.
I also know if it's a Lagavulin 16, I'll tear that down.
Yeah.
These are neither the 16 nor the Little Bay.
That's actually a really valid point. And that's another emotional piece that I have to detach from because it's tough. Some point we have to revisit this versus the Little Bay and really see which one's better. And then also, man, we didn't do it any justice, but we need to compare this to the Oban 18.
Oh, yeah. And the Oban 18, I could definitely... I'll definitely take that one down in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might be retarded afterwards. And I know that's probably not PC anymore, but yeah.
It just means that you're defective to firing, so he should not be holding anything that could explode.
Hey, man. Let's drink a bottle of Oban 18 and go fire some goods.
Here's the truth of the matter. After the Lagavulin 16 or the Oban 18, the next morning, we both wake up and we're like, uh-oh.
What happened?
Where am I? Jesse, is that you? What the hell is that? It's Kenny. Who the hell is Kenny? It's Uncle Kenny. What the
It's time for our shout-outs.
So first of all, I am gonna give a shout out to the Moline family, which is Brian Moline, his wife Erin, and the three boys. Even though we're all Leos, Erin's not, but Brian's a Leo. He's his birthday is actually 3 days after my birthday, and his three sons, Jason, Dylan, and Brandon, they're August 1st. So we're all Leos. And they took me out to Top Golf on Thursday.
That's awesome.
So I just want to thank them and give them a total shout out for the birthday celebration there. And on top of that, they got me these glasses here with glasses. And yeah, they're really nice glasses. And there's like a little board that goes onto them. So if we're just drinking like one Scotch, or you're taking it out to like maybe outside to the fire pit or whatever, you put this board on the bottle and you can put the two glasses on there and carry it all out together. It's pretty sweet. And they got me this really cool alien. Gotta like the alien. Too bad it's a little bit heavy. So there's not something we can really like lean it up against behind me.
You're out.
But I want to give them a shout out saying thank you for that. And I want to give a shout out to Cafe Ibis or Ibis. I'm not really sure how you pronounce it, but I'm pretty sure it's Ibis. They are out of Utah. It's a coffee. It's a coffee house, I guess. But they make this stuff called Highlander Grog, and it has hints of vanilla, hazelnut, and aged Scotch whiskey. And I just want to thank them because they are able to ship that to anywhere in the United States. And I'm telling you, it is a great cup of coffee. So I want to give them a shout out for that. So those are my two shout outs that I have for this week. Do you have any?
I want to get a little boring with the repetitiveness. Once again, U.S. Grand Prix this past weekend. I was at work, didn't get to enjoy it. Because it's not the same to watch anything once it's been replayed or recorded. You watch it live or you don't watch it with a sports event. Unless there's, extraneous circumstances, and I don't consider that to be work. But my shout out once again goes to Max Verstappen and Honda engines. Max Verstappen won the U.S. Grand Prix. It did not appear as if that was going to be the case as I was watching and checking the standings on my phone during the race. But he's currently got a lead of 287.5 points to Lewis Hamilton's 275.5. So we're talking about 12-point difference. That is not much. That's not much of a gap. By far, the championship's not over. It's still exciting. But again, to Honda, and why Honda's so big to me is because I've never had a problem with Honda. But furthermore, Honda makes the most fuel-efficient line of engines of all the manufacturers, the automakers. And what's more important than that, if you guys haven't done the math and added it up, it is still more economical, so money efficient to drive a fossil fuel efficient car than it is an electric car, because you have to burn more coal to generate the electricity.
Well, I think what you're saying there is not only is it more cost efficient, but it's also better for the environment.
Literally, it's better for the environment. It's kind of crazy.
It's actually better for the environment to drive a fossil fuel still.
Unless you are literally connecting your car to a air turbine. So, and
even that has issues.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's all they're doing all sorts of documentaries on all the problems with them right now. So we're not going down that road right here. But what we are saying is, Honda, awesome job bringing the fight. I don't like that Honda, you keep coming in and out of Formula One racing. You win a championship. Could be back in the day with Senna or Jenson Button, or as it may hopefully be now Verstappen, and then you leave. Unlike Ferrari, who has stayed in it each and every active season throughout. I don't like that you leave in and out, Honda, but I love the fact that you bring the fight and that you make it exciting and that you create such an amazing product and give a driver a chance. And, I'll tell you honestly, when Verstappen first started, I was like, man, this guy is a cocky little prick. I'm not sure I like this guy. And ultimately, as he's matured, that cocky little prick has become literally one of the top two drivers on the planet in my mind right now. So good for you, Verstappen. Good for you, Honda. Those are my shout outs.
Restaurant Review.
Okay, so where do we go for dinner?
All right, so tonight for dinner, Opa Grill.
Opa Grill.
Mediterranean cuisine.
You know what? I actually like Mediterranean cuisine, and I don't eat it very often, but I would love to eat it more because it's great.
It was not just great, it was amazing. And I think we both had the same opinion when we strolled up outside. We're looking at it. It's like, what did we do?
It kind of looks like I don't know, hole in the wall, fast foody type of place on the outside.
Yeah, and part of, being completely fair, we're off season, so they do have a beautiful patio on the side that was not open currently because it was windy as heck and not the weather for it. And I think COVID has taken a toll on a lot of things that you and I were talking about earlier. We might take for granted, and one of those being, maintenance on different aspects of a business. When if 80% of your business has gone on to online or phone ordering, so not dine in, and what used to be 80 to 100% dine in restaurants now at 20%, where are you going to spend your money? And it's not, as a businessman, it's not your decor.
Exactly, not the decor. But I would say I did like the color coding of the paints on the wall, the gray, the white, and the blue. The gray, the white, and blue.
Yeah, let's forget about all of that for a minute. All right. No, this food was, I'm not going to say to die for, but it was amazing.
It was excellent. It was excellent food. I mean, we kind of debated a little bit on our appetizers because I think at first you wanted to go with these like grape leaf wrap things, and I was like, no, man, we gotta go with the feta cheese and olives. And I'm telling you, we went with the feta cheese and olives, and it was great.
It was amazing. Like literally amazing is the word I will use for this food.
I would say this though too, because at first I was just eating the olives and the feta cheese all by itself, and then eventually, like near the end, I actually followed what you did, where you put the feta cheese onto the pita bread with a little bit of olive, and I just tell you what, like all three of those flavors together with the saltiness and all that stuff, oh, excellent, so good,
Impeccable.
yes,
Yeah.
And just to say, like, even though I thought our appetizer was great, they had some other like amazing appetizers that we saw being delivered to other people.
Yeah, next time we're just getting appetizers. Not that the food wasn't great, but we just gotta go. We gotta run through these. They all looked amazing. Their mussels were not little mussels; they were ginormous mussels.
They were huge.
Seasonal availability, not always available. And then I don't remember the name of it.
I don't know. Yeah,
I'm just gonna call it flaming cheese.
That's what I call it. It's the flaming cheese. It's this like dish that comes out. It's like it has the pita breads with it, I think, from what I saw, and then like some cheese, and then they light it on fire.
Yeah, pour a little alcohol on it, light it on fire. It was brandy, from what I remember from the menu, and
It looked way cool.
it was way cool. So
Gotta try it now.
now we get to the dinners. All right. So I'm probably going to pronounce this incorrectly again. Bacalao?
I don't know. We need Michelle here to tell you.
Yeah. Michelle, you did an amazing job as our waitress. Thank you so very, very much. Yeah, we're going to assume it was a bacalao. And yeah, basically it's battered fried cod, Atlantic cold water cod that they did very well. But the real win, ironically, was the beets. These beets were, I'm assuming, coated lightly in olive oil with some garlic and some scallion slices, and they were amazing.
I will say this. Thank you for letting me try a couple of little tiny beets because they had like a great garlic flavor with a slight hint of sweetness to it.
Yeah, I couldn't stop eating them.
I mean, if I was you, I probably wouldn't stop eating them either because they honestly they had a phenomenal flavor to them.
Yeah.
And really, I'm not a big fan of beets. Like I have like beet juice. You remember we talked a little bit about my vitamin like shelf.
Shelf. Let's cut the shit. It's shelves, closets. I got closets of clothes. He's got closets of vitamins. All right,
a ton of vitamins. But one of them is like beet juice extract.
Guy.
So
you ever seen what we do in the darkness? This guy.
So, but I would eat those beets all the time. I really would. They tasted so great. We need to try to get that recipe from them.
Yeah.
And throw it in our book.
Oh yeah.
We
can make it better.
Yeah. So anyway, anything else you want to say about your particular?
No,
meal?
there was a.
So I had to jump on there.
Yeah, no, you're good. There was the red beets and the scordalia. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong as well. A hummus, very flavorful with garlic and onion as well. It was good, but compared to the beets or the cod, man, I had some and moved on.
All right. Your meal looked good.
Oh, it was delicious. And, insert picture here. From the good old days, it was great.
So I got the steak kebab. I was going to go with this other dish. I don't even remember what the name of it was. Masuka, I think it was what it's called.
Yeah.
And she said it was like an eggplant
Lasagna?
an eggplant lasagna. And I was like, well, that sounds like that might be a little bit too much food for me because I wasn't super hungry. So I went with the New York strip steak kebabs, and those were excellent. I think the reason why I like them a lot, though, is I think they actually do something pretty similar to their steaks that we do to our steaks with olive oil and some of the seasoning that we put onto our steaks. It was excellent. It tasted great. It came with a Greek salad. The Greek salad was good. It wasn't, it had like nice fresh greens to it, some red onions, the Kalamata is a
Kalamata
olives, and probably like oil and vinegar.
At least oil.
At least oil for that. But then the vegetables I had, it was peas and carrots. And normally I don't drink peas and carrots. I usually don't eat peas. But this had like some kind of red sauce to
Please
it.
let me watch you drink peas and carrots. God damn.
I'll have to use a
No one
blender or
drank
something.
peas and carrots.
Next thing you know, my head's going to start turning around.
Not one of my top 3 Halloween movies.
Either. It's not one of mine either. But in any case, it was peas and carrots, and it has this slight kind of red, oily sauce to it, and it tasted great. I couldn't really place what was in the sauce, but I really did enjoy it, and it also came with some rice. I highly do recommend that place. I think they have some excellent food there. The wait staff was great. Michelle did a wonderful job. We asked her about a white wine. We didn't know what it tasted like, so she gave us a taster with it. We didn't even ask her if we could have a taster. She's like, you guys want to taste it? And we're like, sure.
Yeah.
And she brought out like a small taster for both of us, and we're like, yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah, and it was great.
Oh yeah, I think it was nice and light, refreshing. It helped kind of like.
Great with the feta, great with the Kalamata olives, great with my cod.
Yeah, I think it just did a great job of refreshing the palate after every time you took a drink of it and then ate the food again.
Yeah.
And that's really what wine should be doing. The wine should be complementing the food and clearing the palate. And it did an amazing job of that. So, anything else you want to say about
Opa Grill? My last thing is here. We've got a new form of restaurant review. And
we do?
Yeah. What we've got here is a scale of restaurants you would go to in your flip-flops just for a quick bite. Nothing trying to impress upon yourself.
So,
or
total
anyone else.
casual flip-flops.
Yeah, total casual, t-shirt, maybe some shorts, maybe not, flip-flops. And then, a couple.
That's where I dress most of the time.
then you go down a step, or really up a step, we'll say, and now you're going to meet somebody there for a beer or for a glass of wine while enjoying.
Hang out with a buddy.
Yeah, hang out with a buddy. Easily spend an hour or so. You could definitely do that here. Another step down, you're trying to enjoy your food while hanging out with a buddy, and there is a difference. Sometimes you want a quick burger. Sometimes you want a burger you're never going to forget, or cod or feta cheese.
Okay, so we got casual flip-flop by yourself.
Super casual.
Casual with a hang out with the buddy, but not lingering with the buddy.
Yeah.
Then you got lingering with the buddy.
Right. And now you're going to go a step further, and this is lingering with a girl. Most likely
first date?
First date. Yeah,
okay.
First date. And then you've got like second date, which means you're trying to get some food, of course, is what we're referring to.
No, he's not.
And then finally knocking socks off. So yeah, like you're using
Like black tie?
You're using this to seal the deal. This is not black tie. This is not necessarily like.
Are we talking seal the deal? And then after seal the deal is like total formal?
Yeah, man, total formal.
Okay.
Total formal.
I don't think we've gotten to any place that's total formal yet.
Not yet. The closest, and it was barely formal. Not in a bad way. It had its place. Was the Buckhorn Exchange? That place was amazing to die for on our repeat list, for sure. But this is absolutely first date quality, and that's a big step. You know, you're wanting to impress somebody. Definitely first date.
I would
quality
say, okay, I would give you it is a first date type of place because, if you look at the decor and atmosphere, not that great. I mean, it's decent. It's not kind of like, but when you first kind of go there, you're kind of wondering if it's like, But the food, like the food will like that's where it comes off like for the first day. Is like, okay, yeah, this place kind of like shoddy on the outside, but the pricing of the food, which is very moderate. I think most of the dishes are $13 and under. But the food, the way it tastes, is incredible. And so that's what it makes it great for a first date.
Yeah, unless you're a total tool, you're getting a second date off of Opa Grill.
I would say so. But I would also say, like, so I think it meets the flip-flop category. It meets the casual with the buddy category. Yeah. It meets the, if the patio was open.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But that would be a first date for me. That's perfect.
Well, I was going to say, if the patio is open, I think that would be also a great place to chill with the buddy. If the patio is not open, I'm not sure if that would be a place I want to go chill with the buddy. Because I would want to be watching, like, having, like, sports games or something else in the background. But first date, if the patio is open, definitely first date. If the patio is not open, it's still a first date, though.
Time the sunset, go at the right time. Yeah, good. A decent beer list. Nothing exceptional. A good wine list. And they do mixed drinks as well. So, yeah, get your drink on.
Get your drink on. You know what? We're almost at an hour. We haven't hit our topic.
God damn. Luis.
This means that we're going to be editing a lot.
Maybe this is just the longest episode ever. We're like Scotch Hour, the emotional longest episode ever. Okay, so we've gone after the restaurant review. Both of us, I think, are highly recommend first date level.
First date level.
All right.
Smarter challenges.
3 Halloween, or maybe my portion of it was 3 Halloween movies, and yours is what makes Halloween sexy.
I mean, we're going to talk about our 3, like for us, must-see Halloween movies. Now, that doesn't mean that they are what everyone considers a Halloween. What we want to watch during Halloween, kind of like what does Halloween mean to us, or what is its history? And then finally, question mark, is Halloween sexy? And if so, what is sexy about Halloween?
Okay. Well, do you want me to start off with my movies?
Yeah, start with your movies.
Okay, so my movies, number 1, every Halloween season, I have to watch The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Man, that's on, yeah.
And it's funny because you ask people, like, is it a Halloween movie or is it a Christmas movie? And people are like, I don't know. It's both. Some people say it's both. Some people say it's Halloween. Some people say it's Christmas. But I do love it. I think Jack Burton did an awesome job with it. Came out in 1993. And I think it's always been one of my favorite movies with the claymation, and I'm not a big fan of like a lot of singing in a movie, but I think they did a good job here.
Yeah.
My second movie, this is always a classic for me. I love it. It reminds me of my childhood, and even though like Brian's boy said that they made fun of like where the fangs are. But honestly, when I watched it again, it didn't look like the fangs were out of place.
I don't know what he's talking about.
But this movie is The Lost Boys.
Okay, yes.
Which came out in 1987. Had Kiefer Sutherland in it. and Corey Feldman and Corey Haim. I think Corey Haim is the one that died at a really young age. Corey Feldman, if you like pay attention to some of the things that's going on in today's world, Corey Feldman has some kind of special or some kind of information like that he has shared about it, but about Hollywood. But in any case, I think it's a great vampire movie, great horror movie, has a little bit of comedy to it, and I just really enjoy that movie.
It's a great movie.
And lastly, this one is the Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Oh, what? I don't know Emily Rose. Was she cool?
Well, it's loosely based off of a real life story of a girl named Annalise Michelle, I think, or Michael or Michael, depending on how you pronounce it. It's Michel. She was a girl in 1952 who they believe that she was possessed by the devil, and the priest who tried to perform the exorcism on her was tried for criminal negligence. So it's a really good movie. It has Laurel Linney in it, who's the lawyer, Tom Wilkinson, who's the priest. He plays Father Moore. And then Jennifer Carpenter, she plays Emily Rose. And if you ever watched the TV series Dexter, Jennifer Carpenter is Dexter's sister.
Okay.
And real life wife, or used to be a real life wife.
But they got divorced.
I don't know if they got divorced.
Well, then what do you mean real life wife?
As far as I know, they're still married, but they could be divorced. I don't know.
So this is real life wife. Just leave it at that, man.
Okay.
Leave it at that. That's just weird, though. I'm your sister. I'm your sister. Joker.
But like I said, it's based on Annalise Michel, 1952, West Germany. The real life priest is Father Rentz and Pastor Alt, and they were both convicted of negligence there, and she happened to die. But people go to this Annalise's graveyard to pay homage to her. A lot of people believe that she's a saint and that she was really possessed by the devil, and it's they also have the real life tapes that you can actually listen to them. I'm sure if you search on Google, you can find the tapes. In any case, I think those are my three mains. Every October during the Halloween season, I have to watch those three.
All right. Well, you got your three movies. What does Halloween mean to you? What is its history?
Well, I'm not really going to go into the history, but what it means to me is that this is a one time a year that I will watch horror movies. Normally, I don't go out of my way to watch a scary movie or a horror movie. So basically 11 months out of the year, I'm not really seeking to watch a horror movie. If one pops on, or if that's like the only kind of decent movie that's in the movie theaters for me to go utilize my movie pass with, then I will go ahead and I'll watch a horror movie. But this is the only time I kind of seek out horror movies, so I kind of enjoy that out of it. I think it's fun to see how people will dress up and utilize costumes. I do think, don't get me wrong, I like seeing beautiful women and stuff like that, but at the same time, I think society has started to allow, and this could be because maybe I lived in Utah for a while and maybe I've become a little bit more conservative. But I really don't think women should really be dressing in like slutty like nuns or slutty nurses or those type of outfits. I think they should really just show a little bit more, be a little bit more reserved and show a little bit more respect for themselves instead of dressing like sluts.
All right.
But I would tell you, though, when I was in my college years, I had no problem with those. But as I've gotten older and lived in a more conservative state, I would say that I think one doesn't really need to dress that way. But I could be totally wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
I do enjoy going to haunted house. I enjoy going to haunted houses. I do like a little scare here and there just to kind of get your blood flowing. I think it's kind of fun.
That's the sexy part of Halloween. You like the scare, the
Yeah.
excitement. Okay, cool.
It is.
Cool.
But not like so much to where like I want to really see a real life ghost or see someone be a real life possession or anything like
Got
that.
black magic in the backyard later, Mom.
And the other thing is I really like what really makes like Halloween kind of pop for me. It just kind of shows it's kind of like that lets you know like the fall season here. The air has gotten a little bit more cool. So you got the changing of the leaves. Like growing up in Colorado, seeing the aspens change colors it's a beautiful scene. Love going up into the mountains to go see the changing of the aspens. That's something that being here, that's one of those really cool things that you get to see. It also means that football's back in full swing. Having like hanging around fire pits and drinking is a lot of fun.
Who does that?
It's also the season where ports come into play because I love to drink a nice good tawny port. So usually as the weather gets colder, having a nice tawny port at night, I do enjoy it occasionally. And I also enjoy an occasional pumpkin latte. So I like being a little bit basic.
He's my basic girl.
No, I really don't. I do like. I won't drink like pumpkin lattes all the time because they're really too sweet for me. But like one or two throughout the, basically one, maybe two.
All right, man.
That will do. And then also, lastly, it kind of reminds me of the cycle of life. Because like in the spring, that's you have like the beginning of life. That's when that's like when you plant the seeds in the springtime. During the summer, it's like the fun time, the gestation or the growth. And this could be like anything in your life, right? Like if you look at trying to renew or trying to develop things in life, really you're just kind of looking at springtime is basically that's when you're kind of like replanting things in your life. Summertime is when things are starting to grow. During the fall, which is like this Halloween season, that's when things start to. That's when you start your harvest, that's when you start to see like the results of all the hard work that you put in the spring and the summer, and then the fall. That's time to basically review and readjust and make new plans. So that's kind of like what.
I like it.
How it all means to me.
All right. Well, I'll go in reverse order.
Okay.
I'll talk about, what's sexy about Halloween, what it means to me, and then my movies, and we'll wrap this beast up. So first things first, what is sexy about Halloween? I think I think you kind of nailed it on the head. The older you get, the more you realize, Halloween is what you want to make out of it. It is what you can make out of it. When you're younger, it's like, yeah, let's do some stupid stuff, whether that's, Noah putting on his cheekies shorts or or whatever. He doesn't have cheeky shorts. I'm just throwing that out there to make sure that all sexes are equal. And that, as you get older, for me, part of it is really just having fun, and you don't have to dress sexy, but macabre is so much sexier than scantily clad. So you give me somebody who does a good Jack Sparrow, or somebody who does a good Gotti, Capone, Jessica Rabbit, Bill or Ted. Give me an excellent adventure, boys and girls, and that is what's sexy about Halloween. People who actually put some time into it and wanted to have fun and are just there to have a good time, not there just to be explicit. And that's great. That's what sexy is to me about Halloween. It's making what you want out of it, spending time with, if you want, your kids, if you want, your friends, if you want, your whole family. If you want that significant other and you want to do something daring, hey man, I like American Horror Story too. So do what you want to do. But what is sexy about Halloween is you can make out of it what you want to make out of it, and then leave it at that. The next day it is over. Kind of like the history of it. So the history of Halloween, really, when I look at and think about what Halloween means to me and the history of it, you spoke about the cycle of life. Well, very much the Celtics Celts. The Celts. 2,000 years ago, they celebrated Halloween on November 1st, and it was literally for them, with the way the seasons worked out, the end of summer and the beginning of fall, the beginning of that cold, rigid season where they had to go cultivate and bring up all their crops and harvest them because the winter was here. Winter is coming. And with that, winter is coming is the whole piece that they had a job to do. And so that's a little bit about the history, is this a death, if you will, the life and the death and getting ready for it. And as we wrap up and we kind of get into my favorite movies, there are so many good movies out there. And I think that's the biggest struggle with me. So the ones I had in my contenders, absolutely, in 1992, Army of Darkness. In 2014, Dracula Untold. 1984, Ghostbusters. 1991, The Silence of the Lambs. 1994, The Crow.
The Crow is good, but I thought we were only doing 3. So
we are. So
3.
I'm mentioning a few, and then I'm letting you know my top 3 because these were the ones that I literally struggled to come up with. And then finally, the last one, 1991, The Addams Family. So for me, as it wrapped up, my top pick, the one that I often think of and want to watch around Halloween, is Army of Darkness. 1992, Bruce Campbell did this amazing job.
I actually watched that like 3 days ago.
High five! Your wife's did. High five! What? Borat. So with that, there's so much that comes. First of all, it was Evil Dead. Then it was Evil Dead 2. Then it became Army of Darkness. And then it was Ash versus the Evil Dead, the TV series. And so there's a lot there, a lot of fun you can have, but it was great fun. Absolutely could be a horror movie, definitely a comedy, a little mature, lots of fun. That's my number 1. My number 2 goes into the romantic realm for me. And the interesting piece about all the movies that I was thinking of is most of them are from the early 90s, except for one. And that was Dracula Untold, 2014. It was supposed to be part of the Dark Verse, where we were going to see a series of movies meld together, The Mummy, Dracula Untold, and others, and it didn't pan out the way it was originally planned. But Dracula Untold, this great love story, really explaining what I think it is to be the perfect leader, somebody who is all giving to save his son, to show his wife he loves him, and to protect his people, even though at the end, spoiler alert, they all turn their backs on him and he has to do what's right and end that too. But the real end of the story, the last minute, is very touching to me, as is the whole thing. I would do the same thing for my son. I would absolutely risk my own life for my son. And so emotional, much like these drams are. And then, man, the last one was the hardest. And because I love The Crow, it kills me. The Silence of the Lambs, phenomenal movie. Ghostbusters, I watch all the time. But it ends up being 1991. The Addams Family was my third one. Great movie. Absolutely relates to Halloween with me. I love to watch it with my kids, and that's why I think of it as part of that holiday.
Okay, so the 91 Addams Family movie, I'm not disagreeing. It's a great movie. But have you watched the 2 new animation ones?
I have not watched the cartoons yet, no.
Those are good. I think you'll like them.
I probably will. But that one is just so great because it's real. And that's what I love about. So those are my 3.
All right. Next week, Smarter Challenge.
Ooh, this is another one with the heartstrings.
So next week, the winner of our Scotch tonight, which we haven't elected quite yet. I already know where my vote's going, but
Lagavulin all the way, right now.
It is the winner will be going against the Morlock 15. Do you want to hold up that canister real quick so I can see it?
So
we have never tasted this, so
this is another sexy canister.
It is.
Phil.
I don't even know. Have we really even looked at the bottle?
It's gold, much like this. The label's gold, but what we know is, I'm going to dress up for this show, Bo. I'm just saying, man, the silver and black, that's going to be next week. Why not?
Oh, so you picked Oban?
I didn't say that.
You said silver and black.
I mean,
So Jesse just let out of the bag, I think, which way he's going. But in any case, it will be the Morlock 15, which we don't know really much about. We did try the Morlock 12, and there's really, when you go to the liquor stores or whatever, there's a huge difference between the Morlock 12 and the Morlock 16, I think is what it is. It's like almost like $100 difference or something.
Yeah, it's more than double.
So it's just, so we are expecting this Morlock 15 here to be exceptional, and it is this is the last round. It's the finals. It's
The final countdown.
But it will be the Morlock versus our winner here, and to go along with that, because I think it was Brandon Stark who became the king of the 6 kingdoms because the North split off. They basically that's why we're doing this. That's the king right there. We're gonna see whoever the winner is. We'll be able to knock off the king. So with that, our topic is going to be about gods.
Yes.
So we're going to draw between 3 gods.
Hades, Poseidon, and Zeus.
Yes, Hades, Poseidon, and Zeus, and we have to defend or basically debate about which of our god is better. So one god will not be talked about because originally we thought there would be 3 of us, but now there's only 2 of us. So
And then there were 2.
Bing. But in any case, we figured this would be we'll still just do a random draw, so that way we don't know who we're going to be defending. But we will be defending one of the 3, and basically we're going to talk about who's like which guy was the more moral god and
Which was the best god?
Yeah, which
and
is the
why?
best god? And
We
why?
believe that. It doesn't have to be anyone else. And ultimately, really, the point is we have to defend this god, whether or not we believe in him.
So
at the end, I think it's fair to be like, okay, here's what I really think.
yeah, I think so too. So in any case, that's your final vote here. So that's what next week is the gods, and right now we got to make a quick vote here.
Yeah, this is like one of the hardest decisions I've ever made in my
Noah's
life.
vote is Oban. And the reason why is just because I just like the more subtleness to it, and I like the balance a little bit more.
I don't know that it is more balanced to me. I don't know that it's even more subtle, but what it is at this moment with these 2 bottles and these 2 is a better Scotch. So I also go Oban.
All right, so Oban it is.
All right.
right,
Next week, the Night's Watch versus Mortlock
Black and gold.
15.
See, you better win that freaking week.
black and yellow, black and yellow.
Maybe shit. If we could get away with playing that song without worrying about copyrights, we should.
But get like 8 or 15 seconds depending on the song.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We'll get our assistant to do that one for us.
Black and yellow, black and white. All right, there we're good. Anything you want to say to the people real quick?
Yes. Thank you for listening to Scotch Hour, episode 35. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as we did. Probably not, unless you're drinking 2 wonderful scotches like we are. Life is great. Thank you, Noah, for going on this adventure, for really introducing this adventure to me is a way I'd like to put it. It's like when you get invited on a road trip and you have to make a choice, and you either walk away or you get in the car and go. And
You always get in the car, man.
You get in the car. I agree. So this was this has been an amazing journey. Thank God it's not over. Hope it goes on forever. And as the viewer, please continue to like, subscribe. The subscribe thing, like just hit the subscribe button, please. YouTube, whatever channel you're on, like it, let us know, give us feedback. What did you like? What did you not like? 2 weeks ago your green screen was great, or maybe 2 weeks ago your green screen sucked. Let us know. We're not offended by that. Please share. We want to make this better for everyone, ourselves included. We've learned and grown, and we will continue to do so, and we really appreciate you guys. So I'm going to pass it back to Noah. And
All right, so real quickly, I just want to thank all of you for watching us or listening to us, depending on which format you're you're enjoying us on. Real quickly, we are on YouTube and Rumble as far as video goes, and audio is Podbean, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Audible Podcasts and Google Podcasts. Please, it's very important. It helps us out with the algorithms. Please give us a thumbs up if you like us. Please subscribe and please share, and also leave a comment. Please leave a comment about what you think about what are your favorite Halloween movies.
Yeah.
And we do know that this is we probably should have addressed this earlier, but we this show will be airing after Halloween by a few days. But in any case, that really doesn't matter. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But we just want you guys, please interact with us. We do try to make an effort to respond to every comment that's down there. And lastly, if you're not a patron and you do like our content, please become a patron. It's in the comments area. It's the very first option. Just click on the link there. We are on Podbean patron site there. You can do a membership for as low as $1 a month. And that just goes back into our podcast to either purchase equipment, programs, or eventually
movie theater rental.
Movie
Get
theater.
the right movie, and they stop canceling them.
Yeah, movie theater rental. And one last thing before I say goodnight and cheers to everybody. Please be aware that we are going to start a new show coming up here shortly. It should be premiering sometime in November. We'll give you more information when we get closer to that, but it will be more, I believe, news related. And we probably will not be on YouTube for this one.
Yeah, and also, most importantly, do not drink and drive.
Oh, yeah, we did not do that, huh?
We never do that. Seriously, we don't.
No, I'm just saying we didn't do our public service announcement.
Just did it.
Well, yeah, until now. Who's on first?
I went second.
All right. Anyways, cheers to everyone, and hopefully you have a great night.
Cheers. Life is great.
Life is great. Same Scotch channel, same Scotch time. We hope you enjoyed this evening's episode of Scotch Hour. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, if you have not done so already, please become a patron member, with memberships starting as low as $1 a month. Thank you, and hopefully you have a wonderful evening.